Welcome back, students. In the last class, we were considered about the measurement, then precision, accuracy, and how we can measure a particular physical quantity. And in this section, we have to consider after measuring that particular physical quantity, we obtain certain values with a particular unit. And after obtaining these particular data, that data consists of a particular number of digits. And among these number of digits, the term is significant figures or the significant digits. What is meant by this? The significant figures or the significant digits. The significant figures or the significant digits means any measurement or any values we are tabulated consist of a reliable part and an uncertain part. The reliable part and an uncertain part. Then a significant figures means the definition for significant figures is it is a reliable part plus the first digit of the uncertain part. That consists of these significant digits or the significant figures. Suppose a measurement we are considered as 10.3 centimeter. While measuring a length, the measurement is 10.3 centimeter. 10.3 is the measurement. Then in this one, the precision is 1/10. That means 10.3 is the obtained value. Then the possible variation is it is maybe possible to vary from 10.0 to 10.9. That is 1/10th fraction is the precision in this one. And the same quantity if measured with another precise device, then we obtain the measurement as 10.34. 10.34, and that 10.34 means here the precision or this precision is carried up to with 1/100. That means it is possible to vary that value from 10.00 to 10.99. These 10.00, 10.01, 10.02, that possible variations are there. So in these two precise measurements, in first one it is obtained as 10.3 centimeter, and in the second one it is obtained as 10.34. Then in this one, this first measurement if you are considered is 10.3. In this one, the digits 1, 0 are reliable part and the 3 is the uncertain part. And the second one, the digits 1, 0 and 4 are reliable or certain part, and that 3 is the uncertain part. And the significant digits or the significant figures means this reliable part and the first digit of the uncertain part. That is the number of significant digits or the number of significant figures. Then that is in the first measurement the total number of significant digits are 3, and in the second one the total number of significant figures are 4. Then this is a simple situation, and while dealing with a large number of data or the large number of measurement values, we have to consider certain rules in order to count the number of significant digits or significant figures. Let us examine which are the major rules which we have to use in order to count or in order to find the number of significant figures or the number of significant digits in a particular tabulated values. The first rule is all the non-zero numbers we can consider as significant one. All the non-zero numbers we have to consider as a significant one. Suppose that measurement is 98 kilogram, then this 9 and 8 both are non-zero and both are significant. So the number of significant digits is 2. Then if it is 128 centimeter, then all these digits are 1, 2, 8. All these digits are non-zero, and we have to consider these digits are significant. So the number of significant figures are 3. Then if the first rule is mentioned as all the non-zeros are significant, then from that point itself it is understood that with respect to 0 there arise some problems. So next we have to consider what we have to consider when the zeros are coming. Then another point or another rule is all the zeros we can consider as significant if the zeros are existing between any two non-zero numbers. In a tabulated value, if zeros are present and if that zeros are in between any two non-zero numbers, and that zeros we have to consider as significant one. For example, if you are considering the first measurement, that is 10.3, then in between 1 and 3 there exists that number 0, and that 0 is in between two non-zero numbers 1 and 3. So we have to consider that 0 also as the significant one. So the significant digits, number of significant digits in that one is 3, 1, 0 and 3. Okay. Then what happens if the 0 is not between any two non-zero numbers? That comes the next points. If the number is less than 1, that is the tabulated value or the tabulated measurement or the tabulated value is less than 1, that means 0 point will be, that value should start with 0 point, less than 1. So if the number is less than 1, the zeros at the right side of the decimal point and to the left side of the first non-zero numbers are not significant, they are insignificant. If the number is less than 1, then surely that starts with a 0 point. Then 0 point, if it is start with again 0.0, then in that situation that 0 comes for right side of the decimal point and left side of the first non-zero number. That kind of zeros are insignificant. If the number is less than 1, the 0 existing right side of the decimal point and left side of the first non-zero number are insignificant or not significant. For example, the measurement, if it is obtained as 0.00707 centimeter, 0.00707 centimeter, then in that one, that 0.00, after the decimal point 2 zeros are there, but that 2 zeros are not significant, they are insignificant, and in this number the number of significant digits or the number of significant figures are only 3, that is 7, 0, which exists between that 2 sevens and the last 7. Then another one with respect to the trailing zeros or the zeros which present at the end, then the trailing zeros are not significant if there is no decimal point exist, also if there is no unit is mentioned. Trailing zeros are insignificant or they are not significant if there is no decimal point and there is no unit. Suppose a measurement is only 700. Then the number of significant digits are only 1, that is a 7. The trailing zeros are not significant because there is no unit is mentioned and there is no decimal point. Okay. These are the certain situations. And if that measurement is at 700 meter, then we have to consider the number of significant digits are 3. Because 7, 0, 0 and there exists a particular unit, or it is 700 point is there is a decimal point, then also we have to consider that zeros as significant. If there is no decimal point and there is no unit, that zeros, the trailing zeros or the ending zeros are insignificant or they are not significant. Okay. While measuring these particular quantities, the selection of units sometimes creates certain problems or certain confusions regarding the number of significant digits or the number of significant figures. So in order to avoid these particular situations, normally we are carrying out or normally we are following a procedure that these quantities are expressing always in the SI unit, and also the measured values are expressing in a particular format as A into 10 raised to B, where the place of that A, it may be any whole number, and the 10 raised to B, that B may be a positive or a negative number. As the power of that 10, it may be a positive number or a negative number. And while expressing in this particular format, that B value not considered as significant. Only the values or the digits which is present at the place of that A is considered as, A is considering for counting significant digits or the significant figures. Okay. That's about the significant figures or the significant digits and how we can tabulate or count the number of significant digits or number of significant figures in a particular measurement or in a particular data. Okay. Next, we have to consider the rules of arithmetic operations regarding these number of significant figures or the number of significant digits. That means while we are arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, division or multiplication, in these particular situations, what we have to maintain the significant digits in the final result. or the number of significant figures in which manner we have to maintain in the final result or in the final answer, or also with respect to the decimal places. Okay. Then first situation we can consider, if we are multiplying or dividing any two measured values, the final result should contain as much as significant digits with the least one which contains in the individual value. That is, for example, if we have to multiply or divide two quantities such as 2.054 gram and 1.5 gram, then in these individual values, the first quantity contains 4 significant digits and the second one contains only 2 significant digits, 1.5. Then the final answer should retain only 2 significant digits, because in the individual values, the least significant digits are 2, 1 and 5. So the final answer should retain only 2 significant digits or 2 significant figures. Then if we are adding or subtracting any two measured values, the final result should retain as much decimal places. Here we are considering decimal places in addition or subtraction. As many as decimal places which the least one in the individual value. For example, here also with an example it is easily we can understood. For example, we are considering 432.21 gram and 53.2 gram we have to add or subtract. Then the final answer or the final result should retain only 3 significant the final result retain only 1 decimal place, because in the individual value one is 432.21 gram and the other one is 53.2 gram. So the least decimal place is 1, that is in 53.2 gram. So the final answer or the final result should retain only 1 decimal place. Okay. Then one more point just we have to consider regarding to this addition and subtraction. And in any physical quantity, suppose we are adding or subtracting any physical quantity, only it is possible to add or subtract same kind of physical quantity. That is, the length or mass or time or with respect to time is only possible in case of addition and subtraction. And that is known as this particular condition is known as the principle of homogeneity. The principle of homogeneity of physical quantity. Okay, it is only possible to add or subtract same kind of physical quantities. Mass is not possible to add with respect to the time, or length is not possible to add with the time, or length is not possible to add with the mass. Okay, only same kind of quantity, physical quantities are possible to add or subtract. That is a principle of homogeneity. Then the next situation we have to consider with respect to the rounding of numbers. That is, when we are measured a particular value, certain times we want to or we require to round off that number. That is, that last uncertain part we have to round off. In normal condition, how we are rounding off a number? That means if that last digit or that uncertain part up to which we have to rounding off, if the uncertain part is greater than 5, we are raising the preceding number by 1. And if that uncertain part or that last part is less than 5, we are simply omitting that one without changing the preceding values or preceding digits. Okay, the same thing here also we are following. And only the one point we have to mention is what happens if the uncertain part or if the last digit is equal to 5. Normally we are rounding off that if that uncertain part is greater than 5, we are increasing the preceding digit by 1, and if that uncertain part is less than 1, we are omitting that uncertain part without changing the preceding digits. Then what will happen if that uncertain part or the last part is equal to 5? And in this particular situation, whenever that uncertain part or the last part is equal to 5, that rounding off condition depends upon the nature of the preceding number. Whether that preceding number is even or odd, that decides the rounding off situation. Okay. The preceding digit is even, the preceding digit is an even number, then we are simply omitting that or simply leaving that uncertain part. That means no change happens in the number and we are omitting that insignificant one. Then the preceding digit is an odd number. The preceding digit is an odd number. Then we have to raise the preceding digit by 1. Okay. If that uncertain part or the last digit is equal to 5, it depends upon the rounding of depends upon the nature of preceding digit. If the preceding digit is an even one, we are omitting that 5, and if the preceding digit is an odd one, we omit that 5 by raising the preceding digit by 1. Okay. For example, the measurement is 2.745. 2.745. The last digit or that uncertain part is 5. Then in this situation, we are rounding off this number as 2.74 only, because the preceding digit, that is 4, and that is an even number, and if it is that is even, we are not possible to raise that number. And in the same situation or in the same measurement, if the value measured is 2.735, then we are rounding off that number as 2.74, because the preceding digit is an odd number, that is 3 is the digit and that is an odd number, and we have to raise that one and omit in that insignificant part. Okay, that's about the rules and rounding off of this significant digits or significant figures.